Hey everybody, it's Mike, aka That Reseller Guy. As you can see, I'm in my car. You can see the traffic moving behind me. This isn't like a movie where they have fake stuff moving around on the outside of the car. I'm really in my car, driving down the road. I'm headed out to my antique booth today. It's Wednesday after the Christmas holiday. I know I've pretty much been silent on YouTube and everything for over a week now. I think my last video put out was last Monday, because last Wednesday. I don't remember. It feels like it's been a long time. We went out of town for the holidays, went over to New Mexico, to Albuquerque, to spend some time with family over there. It's the first time I've been away from home for Christmas since I can remember. I don't know if we've ever spent a Christmas out of town. Maybe we did a long time ago, but if we did, this memory of mine doesn't remember it. So we went over there. It's cold over in Albuquerque. We spent, I think, 4 nights over there. Christmas, saw friends, family, everybody. It was a great time over there. Came back, spent the night at my dad's cabin up near Heber, Arizona, up in the mountains, and we got a lot of snow overnight, the one night that we stayed up there. I'll throw up the picture up. I think I still have it, pop it up on the screen. Probably got about an inch of snow. It looks like a lot more, but yeah, it was cold. I think it was about 29 to 32 degrees. I know it was somewhere in there. It was in the freezing zone for our drive back, so we had to drive back in some snow. Luckily, it wasn't terrible. There's one section in Arizona called Forest Lakes that can get a ton of snow and close the roads down. Luckily, that didn't happen. Got out of there at the right time because they were expecting like 3 to 6 inches later that day. If the angle changes, it's because the little mount that I'm using up on my dashboard right now, you can see it's wobbling. And it doesn't have a slip-resistant base, so as I drive and the car kind of wobbles, it's moving around, so I'm having to adjust it as we go. I see it shaking quite a bit right now. There's some cool sun rays coming in, though. That's kind of neat. So anyway, yeah, we're back from the holidays, had a good Christmas. KK, of course, got plenty of gifts. She ended up getting a new iPad from Santa. Yeah, Santa got her a new iPad, so now she doesn't have to steal mine to do all the stuff that she wants to do on it. I can keep my iPad for myself. As for me, I got this cool shirt. You can't really see it. You'll see it later in the video. I'll show it to you in my antique booth. It's like a diagram of the Who's on First comedy routine. Thought that was a really cool gift for my wife, so I really liked that one. Got her a couple things. I got her a little portable fireplace for at home. Our downstairs gets kind of cold, so bought that for her, as well as a power washing wand. Yeah, she likes going out there and spraying down the windows and the decking around the pool and the patio and all that stuff. So she actually really liked that I got her a power washing wand. Yeah, when you've been married for closing in on 20 years and together for like 25, there's not a lot of gifts that you need anymore. So it's sometimes you're just kind of buying funny gifts for each other, and that was one that I got for her, as well as a lot of different Goofy gifts that I bought her. She collects Disney Goofy characters, so I got her a pop figure, a couple little toys, a new plush, and a bunch of stuff like that. So again, it was a great Christmas. I hope you all had a good one. We got New Year's coming up here, and as we get to New Year's, we turn the page on a lot of things that happened this past year. And this was a great year in many ways, and it was a terrible year in many other ways too. As far as business goes, I had record sales this year. It was another incredible year. I think every year I get a little bit better as far as what I'm selling, what I'm buying, and ways and places to sell those items. eBay is up quite a bit over last year. I think about another 15% over what I did last year. And last year was up quite a bit over the year before that. And part of it is because of these lockdowns and everything that's going on. You got more people staying home and buying items. But again, it's also every year that you do this, you just get a little bit better at what's going to sell and not just sit in your storage for months, if not years. Although I still do have some of those items too. Now, as far as personal matters go, yeah, it was a really rough year. So as a lot of things happen, what I tend to do is just get focused and spend more and more time on business-related matters. Kind of helps keep my mind off other things, whether it be illnesses or deaths with friends and family and other stuff going on. I know we all deal with that from time to time, but unfortunately, it's really hit my group of friends and relatives this year. So that part's been a little bit rough. And health-wise, it's another thing that sort of sometimes gets thrown out the window and you don't get focused on enough. So definitely will be one of my focuses going forward. This has not been a good year as far as exercise and the way that I eat. I just ate a donut here as the first thing I ate this morning at 11:30. 30 today. Donuts are my weak point. We're going to have to eliminate donuts in the new year. It's going to be hard to do, but I'm going to do it. So yeah, I'm not really one that focuses on making actual New Year's resolutions. It's like 99% of people fail within the first 3 weeks of New Year's resolutions. So I just like to set goals for the year, not resolutions. And health, fitness, sales, family, friends, all of that will be all encompassed in all of this. It's the things that are the most important in the world anyways, is friends, family, and your health. I don't know if you have too much more that's important than that. You can throw faith in there, you can throw community. You know, we have all these things that we're going to focus on as well. And that's another factor is, you know, I have been pretty successful this year with what I've been doing. Trust me, I'm not getting rich off reselling. I'm definitely not getting rich off of YouTube. But I do want to give back a little more. We do donate to some charities here and there, but I do want to make it more of a focal point here this upcoming year. One of the things I haven't talked to my wife about this yet, but it's one of the things that I would like to do, find out how to do it. We have several animals, cats. I know pretty much just about every household has a dog, a cat, a bird, something. So I would like to give back in that capacity to people that take care of animals, and I don't know how to do it, but I would like to send up a scholarship fund for someone that's going to like veterinary school. Something that is not just a one-time thing, that's a yearly type fund that's available for people to apply for and get to help them go become veterinarians. Again, I haven't worked out the details of it, haven't fully talked it over with my wife. All right, I'm not sure where I left off there. Had the camera kind of slide off again, so I had to reset things. Now, yeah, I know I left off talking about doing a scholarship that would be for veterinary care, so definitely something that's in the plans. I need to look into it. I have a friend that set up a scholarship through a college for one of their relatives, so I may reach out to them, see if they can help me out with it. But I think that would be something that I would really like to do. That's something that's not just going to affect this year, but something that can be part of every year going forward in the future. Now, again, I'm headed out to my antique booth now. I'm supposed to meet somebody out there for a sale. I'm not driving out there just for that. Obviously, I can stock and clean things up while I'm out there, but it made a good excuse for me to head out to my booth. It's definitely going to be worth it. It's an $80 item. I'll throw the pop-up here on the screen. It's a bobblehead here of a Arizona Diamondback player that I think this was probably from like 2010. Somewhere around there. It's an older bobblehead, but it was one of the chase variants. It's like a copper version of it. Honestly, I didn't even know it existed. I had to look it up when I saw it because I knew it wasn't the regular bobblehead. And it's definitely a sort of, we'll call it a bolo thing to look out for. Every area has their sports teams that put out different bobbleheads. The majority of them, the vast majority of them, are worth little, anywhere from $5 to maybe $15, with an occasional one selling for more. But they do put out some chase variants sometimes. Wow, these can you see these sun rays? These are awesome coming through the windshield right now. I think it's really cool. Anyway, I was distracted by those. So learn the ones for your areas that sell for more. If you live in Houston, look up Houston Astros bobblehead and just sort by the highest price sold so you can see the ones that are selling for the most money. And pass up on the lower dollar ones and look for these cooler chase variant ones. So they've put out ones for Star Wars, for Games of Thrones, that were all based on the different players for their team. So those ones can bring some better money too. Just this one here, it just happened to be a bronze, copper, whatever color it is, I can't really tell. Different chase variants. So I picked that up. I had it in my store listed for $100. Yeah, I picked it up for like $5. And sent out an offer the other day for 20% off, and the buyer took it. He just wanted to meet person, pay in cash, so that's what we're doing today out at my booth. On top of that, I'm going to be doing some rearranging at my booth. I've talked about this a couple different times, where we'll just talk about bobbleheads again. I have a lot of them in my booth, and the general ones, just the kind of generic ones that sell for about $10, don't sell quickly. I sell 2 to 3 a month at best, and they take up quite a bit of space in my booth. So I have one shelf that I'm actually eliminating, and I'm going to put in some more different kinds of shelves. You'll see. I'll show you when I'm there the changes I'm going to be making. Hopefully I can do like a before and after picture, and you can see what's going on. I'm speeding a little bit. I'm going like 80 miles an hour because I'm not paying attention to my speed and more attention to this camera here. The road I'm taking is like a back freeway that was made this year. I think it opened up early this year. Maybe it was the year before. It's been a little while. And it's not the most heavily traveled roads. And it goes pretty much from my house, a couple miles from my house, to just a couple miles from where my booth is. So it's fantastic that they opened this up. Gets me there a lot quicker and safer because there's very little traffic on it compared to the other freeways. So while I'm talking about my antique booth, I want to let you know that I am going to be doing a video that's just a recap of this year as far as how YouTube went, how my antique booth went, how certain videos went, and what my plans are for the next year. And I know a lot of times these videos don't get a ton of views when other resellers do them, but I'm hoping you'll watch this one, see what's going to be happening going forward. And there's going to be some big changes coming up because this year my goal was, I don't want to talk about it too much in this video because I want to talk about my year-end recap, 2022 forecast, but my goal was to get to 2,000 subscribers this year, and I'm coming up a little bit short, and I know a lot of that is just effort on my part. Again, I'm a one-man show when it comes to reselling, YouTube, editing, booth, picking. Everything that I do is pretty much done by me with maybe 1% help by my wife and daughter, whether it be from doing a puzzle that we end up selling, or she sorts some Legos or puts a Lego set together for me. That's about the support I get from that. And other than they do go shopping with me now, which is a big plus, even though sometimes I have to pull their hair just a little bit to go to some stores on the weekend. But yeah, I mean, my main priorities as far as, life and reselling is, being a husband and father. That's number one. Friends and family, that's obviously number two. Three, we're going to go into making money to help support my family. My wife is the main income earner in the family. My job is to take care of my daughter, the house, and contribute as well. So the bulk of my income comes from selling on eBay. Number two now is my antique booth. It used to be Amazon, but this year, and actually I think last year too, my antique booth I did more than I did on Amazon. There's quite a few reasons for it. I'll talk about that in the video when I wrap up what happened this year. Then it comes to YouTube. Now, this to me is actually the funnest part of my day, is making these videos and getting to just babble on about whatever I've been talking about today, because I feel like I'm blabbering quite a bit. It happens in my videos. I hope you like that part of my videos. They're not scripted. I'm just kind of all winging this as it's going around in this crazy head of mine. But I enjoy talking about reselling, and very few of my friends and family really want to get into reselling. So you guys are all my reselling friends. You're all my co-workers, and I appreciate that part. I appreciate you coming in, watching these videos, leaving the comments down below. Like I said, I was trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. We're coming up a bit short. I think I'm in the mid-1800s right now. But the weird part about it is, even though my subscriber count has gone up quite a bit, my actual views per video is down. It really doesn't make sense. Something that I need to address and kind of figure out as well. But yeah, again, I'm not getting too much into it. I'm getting into it more than I thought I would, because I want to talk about that in the other video. So I'm still probably 15 minutes away from my booth. It's about a half-hour drive. And looking at the timer on the clock, I'm at 15 minutes, even though I'm going to edit this way down from the part where the camera slid off and everything. But yeah, let's cut this off. I'm going to get to my antique booth. I already have my donuts, so now I got a little bar here that I'm going to eat. Got a Monster energy drink that I'm going to get fueled up with. Yeah, I call it fuel, but it's something else that's going to get cut out of the upcoming months in New Year's, is cracking down on the amount of drinks that I'm having that are carbonated and sodas. I just took a drink in it, and it went everywhere. Anyway, let's cut this off here. I can see that I'm hitting some rough road and the camera is shaking everywhere. Here, I'll flip you around. Actually, I can't flip you around so you can see where I'm going. You can see the outside. You can see the signs. I'm really moving. All right, cut it off here. I'm going to get out to the Brass Armadillo. I'm going to get in there. We'll film a little inside. I don't know how much I'm going to do in there. Still got like 30 minutes before I'm supposed to meet the customer and get him his bobblehead. And then I got to load up with new inventory and move some stuff around. So let's cut it off here and let's slide over and go to the future. All right, I'm back. Can you see? Does it look different behind me now? I'm not sure, but I'm all done out of the Brass Armadillo. Took me about an hour and a half or so to get everything completed. Right when I got there, I met with the customer. They got their bobblehead, so that transaction went really well. Talked to him for a few minutes, told him about my booth if he wanted to go in and check it out. I got more great stuff in there. My screen is crooked. I'm like this way right now, or maybe if you're watching it's this way. I'm not sure how it works when you flip things around. But yeah, I haven't edited that first part of the video, obviously, but when I do, I feel like when I ran it back in my head afterwards, let me try to fix this a little bit. Not really the safest thing to do when you're driving. I don't think that helped at all. Anyway, I felt like I was babbling a lot in that first part of the video. Maybe I was, so I hope some of you made it through this far and are watching it. I'm going to talk a little bit about my antique booth. Like I said, I was going to go in there and do some redecorating, rearranging, however you want to call it. Oh, this is just bugging me with how crooked this is. I think that's a little better. So what I did is I took out a bookcase, I hung some stuff up on the wall, I added another shelf. I still have another shelf I can put in, but I need to get some more screws before I do that, and I got some more things in plan for my booth. So I took a lot of stuff out. I took about 2 tubs worth of merchandise out, a lot of bobbleheads and stuff that have been there probably for at least a year in my booth and never sold. I mean, if it didn't sell during the holidays, it's probably not going to ever sell, or might take another year. Either way, I wanted that stuff out of there. So what I'm going to show you here first is a few pictures of when I got to my booth, kind of how dirty it was, how stuff was just thrown around. I probably found about 8 items that weren't mine in my booth. Anything from other bobbleheads to some Lego pieces to just about anything. The stuff wanders into my booth. I can only imagine how much inventory I have in other people's booths out in the mall. I'm sure there's stuff there. But so yeah, I'm going to show you these few pictures. I think there's 3 of them. Just kind of how stuff is just in disarray. And I was there, I think I was there last Monday. I think I went there before we went on our trip. Maybe it was Tuesday, maybe it was Wednesday. Oh yeah, I hit a bump. I'm wobbling. I'm like my own bobblehead. So stuff should have been pretty cleaned up, but obviously during the holidays it got busy. So I cleaned all that up. I took the bookcase out of the back right corner. I added a shelf. I made one section like all Star Wars stuff. I found that I had enough to kind of make a little Star Wars section, so I liked that. I added that in there. And I'm going to keep rearranging as every trip I go out there. I got more things in my head that I want to do out in my booth and try to boost sales even more. One is I need to get more sports cards in there. My stock of single cards is running a little bit low, so I need to get that picked up. Oh, this is killing me. Is that better? Yeah, not really. Now it's too low. Anyway, we're almost done. I'll show you how I hung up some Diamondback pictures and a couple others that I had in there, and got that Star Wars shelf and everything rearranged in there. So that's all I'm going to show you for now. I'm going to try to get another video out. At this point, it probably won't be till next week, which will put us into the new year, so I can start talking about all the great New Year stuff. So as the year wraps up, I want to thank you all for watching. There's so many of you that are in these videos commenting and watching every single video I put out. Others of you catching every video here and there. But everybody that's watched a video, that's hit a thumbs up, that played in the contest, I want to thank you so much for making this year a big success for me. I'm happy with the way things are going. I'm having a lot of fun, and I hope you are learning and enjoying these videos as well. So I can't thank you all enough. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.